All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Kobe Kushner. I'm part of the research team here at Red Cloud. I'm here with Ultra Resources. This is a company that's focused on both lithium and gold. We're joined by some key members of the management team. So Kiki and Afzaal, you've got about 10 or 12, 13 minutes, and that'll follow up with the Q&A session. Attendees, please feel free to submit your questions at any point. And take it away, Kiki and Afzaal.
Thanks, Kobe. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for our presentation here. And I will introduce Ultra Resources to you. So Ultra Resources, we believe that we have the right strategy in terms of how we're developing our properties. We have a strong track record of project acquisition and exploration. And we are moving forward to expand our resource and increase shareholder value as we develop our properties further by increasing our resources and moving towards bulk sampling and test mining. The team, our key team member is our CEO, Dr. Weigo Lang. He is a Chinese national, has spent lots of time in Canada. He got his PhD in economics from UBC. In British Columbia, and he's currently living in Beijing and working from there. He's been doing that for the last few years. He has a really special skill set in that he's able to bridge Chinese financing with Canadian public companies and North American public companies. And he's done a really good job for Ultra Resources in finding some key strategic investors in China for us. Andrew Lee Smith is our executive director. He has over 30 years of experience in exploration, development and operating of mines. And he's recently, his most recent project is now operating a mine in Africa. Afzaal Pirzada, who's on this call with us, he's our VP Exploration. He also has over 30 years experience in mining exploration. And he was one of the early geologists to have interest in the lithium space in 2009. And he actually helped Rocktech Lithium to develop their claim package in the Georgia Lake area. And myself, I've been working with junior public companies for about 20 years, primarily as a controller, CFO, helping with compliance, regulatory and financial reporting, and also with the financing investment side of the companies. The right projects. Our flagship projects are our Georgia Lake and Forgan Lake hard rock lithium projects in Northern Ontario. We're very excited about these projects. They're spodumene pegmatites. We also have 3 brine lithium licenses in Argentina in the Catamarca province, and they are high-grade lithium brine projects. We have 50 claims in the Big Smoky Valley, which is just adjacent to the Clayton Valley in Nevada, where Albemarle has their Silver Peak mine. And we also have some gold mining licenses, which we acquired on the recommendation of the La Rioja province government. We have a really good relationship with them, and they really encouraged us strongly to take on these properties. And they are historical mining properties, and that had historical mining had occurred on them. So our focus over the near and medium term is definitely our lithium properties. So the gold properties are in our back pocket. We are looking for potentially a strategic investor or a JV partner to spin the gold properties out. And we'll maintain our focus on the lithium properties. All our properties are in established jurisdictions with established mining codes, reliable regulatory systems, sound infrastructure, and they're all reasonably close to consumer markets, which makes the projects all viable. The right timing, as you all know, being in this space and looking to invest in the lithium space, the demand for lithium is continuing to grow. And there are still significant supply constraints, which is causing a differential, which is driving the price of lithium up. And certainly this fall, again, lithium carbonate prices have reached a record high. Governments throughout the world have been signaling and committing to a greener economic base moving away from carbon-based oil and gas and more towards electricity and greener methods of using energy. And most recently, of course, California just announced that they're going to be banning the use of oil and gas engines in such smaller equipment such as lawnmowers, etc. So it just continues to progress in that direction, which is really beneficial for lithium companies. Our share structure. We currently have 107 million shares outstanding, 5.6 million warrants, 5.6 million options and 6 million warrants, exercisable at about 20 cents. We're trading at the TSXV, the OTCQB, and the Frankfurt Exchange, and we're currently been trading at about the mid-20s. Our key shareholders are Mr. Lang, our CEO, who has 11% of the company, our chairman, Mr. Chow, at 27%, the Zhang Group at 20%, and Beijing Explorers at 8%. These three Chinese groups are not related to each other. They're in separate industries and are in separate parts of China. So they are all independent groups. Altogether, it's about 66%. So the company is relatively closely held. The fact that we do have significant Chinese interest in the company shows that there's confidence in the company from a market that is sophisticated, with China being a leading lithium producer and consumer. Our objectives going forward are to expand our North American shareholder awareness and participation, and to generate some market liquidity. And this slide just gives us a snapshot of some of the companies and our peers in the area. At the bottom of the slide is Rocktech Lithium, which is one of our neighbors in the Georgia Lake area. As I mentioned, Afzaal helped Rocktech to compile their claims in the area. And Rocktech is in the production stage now. So that gives us an idea of where Ultra Resources could go over the next 3 to 5 years as we progress with our properties. And these other companies on this list just give us an idea of where Ultra Resources is relative to its peers. We're somewhat undervalued, which could be an opportunity for investors that participate with us at the right time. So I'm going to pass it on to Afzaal now to give us some details about the specific projects.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to our story. And as Kiki mentioned, we have a balanced portfolio for to cover all types of lithium end user demands. Like we have hard rock lithium assets and brine lithium assets. I will start with this hard rock lithium asset in northwestern Ontario. It is on the adjacent ground to Rocktech Lithium, and these Georgia Lake pegmatites. It is a very stable mining jurisdiction, and there is a lot of historical work has been done on these pegmatites in 50s, and it has infrastructure support, good infrastructure support, and deep water port. Thunder Bay is about 1.5 hour drive from the project. Next slide, please. Spodumene is the main mineral in these pegmatites geologically, and the spodumene is considered as a key mineral for getting a good lithium oxide concentrate and producing a battery grade lithium carbonate. So this is a metal mineral of choice, and all these Ultra Resources claim blocks. There are 8 lithium pegmatites, and additional 6 are in Forgan Lake claim block. And this spodumene will give us a good concentrate if we are able to successfully explore it and develop it further. Next. We acquired these properties in 2016 and did surface sampling, which confirmed 1 to 2% lithium oxide with additional rare metals such as tantalum, niobium, beryllium, and rubidium. And as I said, you can see spodumene being the main lithium mineral in these pegmatites. And we did over the years some stripping, channel sampling, trenching, and short surface drill holes just to see its extension along strike and on the surface. And the results are very consistent, like around 1%, over 1% lithium oxide with the widths of 1 to 5 meters. Next. And there are 3 First Nations communities in the area which are very supportive. They like lithium, and we work very closely with them to seek mutual opportunities. For them is training and getting some contracting opportunities, and working closely with the companies to see that we are taking care of environment and the community at the site. Forgan Lake is an additional claim block we acquired from another junior, International Lithium, because of its historical work as well as its high-grade lithium pegmatite on surface. And this area has over 3,000 meters of drilling in 39 drill holes in 1950s period, and we are very excited to have this claim block added to our portfolio of properties. And now it is, I will start with brine. Brine lithium assets are in the famous lithium triangle with Chile, Bolivia, and Argentina. We are in Argentina in Catamarca district, and we have over 7,000 hectares of land in a standalone Laguna Verde salar. Next. We did surface sampling, and the results came back excellent, that it has over 1,200 parts per million lithium and over 15,000 parts per million potassium, and very low magnesium to lithium ratio, which is a key element in having savings in the capital and operating costs. And Ultra Resources completed a ground geophysical survey, which showed that there is a brine area of 23 square kilometer with 3.4 square kilometer of a core zone down to a depth of 225 meters. We did some evaporation tests, and which successfully produced a good like 20 times. We were able to increase the concentration to 20 times with 57% recovery, just simple evaporation. And this is our plan for Georgia Lake. We want to complete 2,000 meters of drilling, do metallurgical test work and resource estimation, and permit for bulk sample to see its marketability of this pegmatites. For Laguna Verde, we have completed geophysical survey, we have completed bench scale evaporation tests, and pilot scale we will complete, and the drilling and resource estimation is the next step. Which and another thing is that we are working with the to get some support from Zengi Group, who has an alternate technology which is proven, and they have a 10,000 tons production capacity lithium carbonate plant in China, and they are our key strategic investors in this current financing, which is being closed shortly. For Big Smoky, we have completed geophysical survey interpretation, and we want to define some more targets, and to see, because we carried out some work in 2014, 15, and 16, and this area is adjacent to a producing lithium brine project controlled by Albemarle. So we want to define some more drill targets. And gold assets, we are looking for some joint venture or interested investors to come in and help us in moving these projects forward.
Right, and with that, thanks for a very good presentation, guys. We have time for a question here. So you mentioned getting grades above 1% lithium for your hard rock project at Georgia Lake. So can you give us some context here? Is this considered high grade? Is this considered low grade? What are typical economic lithium grades?
Yes, 1% is a good grade, and lithium grade can be between 0.2% to up to 3% or 4%. In some Forgan Lake block, we got up to 6%, but that will be anomalous. So over 1%, anything over 1% is considered as a good project to go forward.
Right. So definitely some exciting times ahead with all your upcoming catalysts. But with that, we're out of time. So I want to thank you, Kiki and Afzaal, for joining us.